Hello everyone and welcome back to our next installment of our virtual art as wellness videos. My name is Mallory Montgomery and I am the art therapist for the Henry Ford Cancer Institute. Each week I will take you on an art for wellness journey from the comfort of your own home using supplies you most likely already have. Today's process is origami folding. Origami is an ancient process from Japan. Each finished piece is thought to have different symbolic meaning. Today I will show you a very easy folding pattern to make a flying crane. This crane is thought to be a symbol of hope, rebirth, and renewal, which are all things that we may be feeling we need right now. Please feel free to pause and rewind any steps of this video that are challenging, but I have folded a few thousand of these, so let's walk through this technique together. The first thing you're going to need to look at is your paper. I've got two examples here. This first one is made with scrapbooking paper. It's thinner, much like your printer paper. If you hold onto his chest and pull his tail, he flaps his wings. I've also made one out of cardstock, a little bit thicker in quality, also a bigger size. Size doesn't matter, type of paper doesn't matter. What matters is that your initial paper is a square. I've cut out a smaller square here to demonstrate for today, big enough that you can see, but I've folded ones this big and this big and so big I probably couldn't fit it on the screen. This is a double-sided paper with a pattern side and a light side, so that way you can more easily see what I'm doing. You could also take coloring pages that you've made and fold them as well. That's a very lovely and unique take on it. So, anything that I ask you to do, we're going to do it on one side and then the other side. Origami is all about equals. So first we're going to fold a triangle. Do your best to encourage all of your corners and all of your lines to line up and then really crease that edge. That's very important in these early folds, that if you crease your edges really well, things will behave better for you as we get into the process. So there's one fold, our first triangle, and as promised, we're going to fold on the opposite side, our second triangle. Doing my best to line up all of my corners and really creasing that line. Now, if you have neuropathy or weak fingers, I would recommend taking a pen or other instrument and then firmly running that along these creases instead. Be careful not to tear your paper with the added pressure. Now we have two diagonal folds and now we're going to make two horizontal folds. Folding the paper in half hot dog style. Again, creasing very well, very firmly. Not so firm that I tear it, but firm to make a very crisp fold. And then one more time, folding it in half, firmly pressing. Now this is our first tricky fold. We're going to make a diamond shape. This is a bird base that we're doing next. So inside you can see I have triangle and triangle lined up. And I like to put my pointer fingers in the middle and pinch on the outside and kind of bring everybody to the party, and it starts to look like this. This is the shape we want, is this diamond pattern. And then you're going to pick a panel and pull it to the right, and pick a panel and pull it to the left. So you should have a diamond. And depending, you're going to have a bunch of open paper at the top or at the bottom, and then a pointed bit where everything is tucked in together. This top part is going to become the spine of the bird, and I like to keep folding with this pointed up. And then all of this open paper down here becomes the tail and the wings and the beak of the bird. I call these the legs. I like to keep that pointed down while I'm working. While we're here at the diamond shape, you're going to find your midline, that middle ridge that we've made. Then you're going to take your top panel and fold it so that the tip and this edge fold over and line up with that middle ridge. And firmly press it. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Take the other top panel, fold it over on itself until it reaches that midline. Don't cross that midline or you'll never be able to unfold them. And very firmly move them into place. So now you have a tiny kite on top. We're going to flip our diamond over, grab your panel, fold this edge to meet the midline. Careful you don't cross it. Squish everything down nice and flat. And then one more panel left. This line folds to the middle, and we take it and we squish it down, making a kite. Now this kite is going to unfold in a second, but before we do that, before we unfold the kite, I need you to make a guideline. You have a ridge right here at the top where your panels meet, and you're going to fold the kite tip back and forth, back and forth. And I want you to fold this enough times that when you lightly put your finger on top, it wiggles back and forth very freely. This fold isn't doing anything more for us than helping us with our next fold. The boat fold, one of my favorites, and it is a little bit tricky. So for this next part, now that I've got my top freely formed and flowing, I'm going to open up those panels that I just folded back to a diamond, and you can see in here I have a triangle. I want to rub the paper together to open up the panel, and if I folded everything really nicely, that triangle opens into a diamond shape, and now we have a boat. Be very sure that this top piece of the kite does not open. You open up your boat, and then you pull it, pull it, pull it until the front panels collapse in on themselves and make a very tall, skinny diamond. Now we'll see that one more time on the other side. We have our kite shape. Open up your top flaps. Rub the paper together to reveal the top panel. Pull, pull, pull all the way up, and those edges will fold over on themselves, and then you squish them down flat. Would you believe that we're already about halfway there? So now we have two dangly bits for legs, two top bits that will become wings, and the back of the bird. This next one's tricky as well, so we'll do it nice and slow and on both sides. You have on the side here a panel in between. If you open this panel and then grab the tip of your leg and pull it up, 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 up and in, it starts to fold over on itself just like the boat, and then you squish it. The squishing is the most fun. We'll see that one more time. Find the space in between the panels, grab the tip and pull it up, 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 up. It'll fold over on itself, and then this is where you start to use your eyeballs to line things up along the bottom. And now we have a crown shape. Beginners will notice that one tip of the bird is always prettier than another tip, and that's normal. Find the tip that you think is less pretty and do another inverted fold. Opening up the panel, pinching the tip, pulling it down, down, down until it folds over on itself, and squish it. And that's a head. For our next phase, you're going to fold the wings over. I like to find the back ridge of my bird here, take my wing and roll it so that way this back ridge and the fold of my wing line up. Finding the first one can be a little hard, so sometimes it helps to get that extra wing out of the way. And then, on the other side, sure enough, roll it and squish it so that the back of the wings and the bird's back line up. Then you can fluff your wings into flying formation, and off she goes. This one wing is very flappy. That's all she wrote. This is a little tricky. It's an excellent brain puzzle and a good brain teaser. But all in all, we have a little flock, and our little flock comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Thank you so much for joining me today in this Art for Wellness activity. If you have thoughts and suggestions for future episodes, please let us know. We'd also love to see any of the art that you make. For more information on cancer support services, visit us on henryford.com/services/cancer support. I'll see you next time for another art activity, and until then, be well.